So this is me with a beard, with a little bit of extra growth. I mean, I already have the beard, but this is with my I haven't shaved for a few days sort of look, just to kind of be on the same sort of par with Zombie Play. And I was just trying to think, you know, what would happen if I didn't shave for a week? And this is, you have a look here, this is bit of stubble there. Is that? Yeah. Not very exciting. What I'm most shocked about is my moustache, which I always thought would probably look like this, just from like 2 or 3 days stubble. This is after like a week, and so if I just kept growing, it's going to be like this little pointy thing. See? Do it. And it's not the most attractive thing around, unfortunately. It doesn't really join up here. If it did join up at these spots here, it wouldn't possibly look too bad. It'd be a bit of a like long goatee sort of mo sort of join up thing. Maybe it look a little like Ricky Gervais, which isn't the greatest. But instead I've got, like, because it doesn't really join up so much here, I mean it will after a couple more weeks, but up here, it just has this kind of pointy Spanish sort of thing happening, which just does not suit my face at all. So I'm gonna have to, yes. Unfortunately, and this is thinking about Movember into, I'm not entirely sure I'm gonna ever be able to do it because my potential is not very high. It's just, would you like this on your face? Seriously? 2, it's not, I don't get kissed, is the real reason. Mill doesn't like it. I really go, would you like this on your face? And the answer is no. 3rd, itchy. It's like a man in a woolen jumper with measles and lice. Ugh, not good. Anyway, I'm gonna go shave. So, catch ya. Okay, so I'm shaved. See, done. Anyway, moving on. My week. I was in training all week. We're doing complex products, which means everything that nobody else wants. So this is satellite, VoIP services, a whole bunch of other ones that my team will look after. So I'm learning how to troubleshoot them. We went through TCP/IP, which I've already done. I know a fair bit about, but it was nice to get that refresher. So thanks, Doug. I've got another week after this one. Apparently the week is that way. That's what I've been doing this week. It's been quite fun actually. Good group of people in training with me. We've done training together before because we're all fairly new to the same team. And so we laugh and we have a good time, but we're all pretty smart, so we learn pretty fast as well, which is good. What else? Yep, so I've been reading a fair bit because I catch the bus a lot now. I read on the bus. I've been reading, I finished on Friday after just before my last video, I finished The Book Thief. That was quite good, about a young girl, about 9 or 10 I think, in Nazi Germany, living with that and how she gets through life. She's tough, she's a fighter, she steals books, which is why it's called The Book Thief. Interestingly though, narrated by Death, which you wouldn't normally think would be particularly charming, but it's actually a really good book for the book, which could otherwise be very depressing because, once again, Nazi Germany, not very many good things happened at that time. So it could be kind of depressing, but it's actually really good because the narrator, the Death, is poetic and very sentimental, surprisingly, which also is, he's also one of my favourite characters in terms of whenever he's in a book, as in when the character of the personification of Death is in a book. I kind of enjoy it. The last one, the other one I really like is Reefer Man by Terry Pratchett. Brilliant. again, Death is one of the main characters who goes to Earth, well, to the Discworld actually, because it's not our universe. But anyway, he goes to the Discworld because he's losing his powers. It was a while ago since I've read that, so don't quote me. But go read it. What else have I read? Since then, I read Philip K. Dick book, which was quite good actually. Sometimes you can kind of split his books into two sorts. So there's the "Oh my God, what drug were you on at this time?" books, and they usually involve some sort of depressed, middle-aged man who gets involved in something above his head, doesn't understand what's going on, and then wildly shifts from one reality to the other throughout the course of the book. So by the end of it, you have no idea what happened. Then there's the other type of book he writes, which are actually coherent sci-fi. They're both good, like, don't get me wrong, these ones are actually full of really interesting ideas, and a lot of the movies that have been made, Total Recall, Minority Report, those sorts of ones are have elements of that, that sort of drugged out, strange, bizarre happenings that don't actually make any sense. Android's Dream of Electric Sheep, which became Blade Runner, that was probably more coherent, but it was kind of starting to drift into that really rambly sort of phase. Then there's this one, and I can't even remember the name of it. It was The Futurist, that's right. It was very good. About a guy who gets shot into the future, gets sucked into the future by the people in the future who need his medical skills because in the future it's illegal to practice medicine. Once someone starts dying, that's it, you let them die, and in fact you encourage it because in the future... anyway, you go read the book because it's actually really good and makes a lot of sense, which is not unusual, but if you switch between the periods of Dick's life, this one is actually one of his more coherent novels and is rather interesting. Time travel, paradoxes, very good actually, very well, very clear, and don't think it contradicts itself, which is unusual for a time travel novel. What else? So I also read a bit of Sean Williams. I read the Sean Williams book, little short one. Can't even remember the name of it because it was an odd name, and it's like slotted in between two of his other books in a series, and I haven't read that series. So this one stood alone, which is good. Otherwise, I would have had no idea what was going on. Set in the far distant future where humanity has left Earth mostly, and Earth is now like a sacred site. It had some interesting concepts in it. I have no idea really what it was about. I can't say I know, so I'm sorry, Sean. Another Adelaidean. Good on you. So that didn't make a lot of sense to me, just simply because I expected it to go one way and it went another way, and that's alright, but your brain kind of gets muddled up when that happens. So what else? I've been reading a lot of Sean Williams actually. Sean Williams and Shane Dick are the two authors that collaborate a fair bit together. So I read their Emergence, two of their Emergence trilogy. They were good. And what was the other one? Children of Earth, I think, is the other book, other series. There's another trilogy. I've read the first one. I want to read the other two. The problem with these sorts of books, though, is in both of them, the main characters aren't humans as we would particularly recognise them. There's a cut, particularly the Emergence series there are, but in the other one, the Children of Earth series, there's no noticeable, no recognisable, truly human as we are now sort of characters. They're mostly, well, in the Children of Earth, they're like brains in jars essentially, but brains in computers. And in the Emergence one, there's a bit of that, there's a bit of the brain in the old jar, there's a bit of the sentient computer, but the rest of humanity's evolved into different types of humanity. So there's one's more larger, better suited for this type of gravity or that type of gravity. So they're not as recognisable as human, which makes it a little more difficult to sympathise with them. I found that so in the first Emergence book more than the second one. The second one is actually really good. But the Children of Earth, I'll see how that goes when I finish the trilogy. But it's a bit kind of like, well, I don't necessarily understand the problems that this character is going through because he's a computer. So, anyhow, what else? Well, this afternoon I'm probably going to go to a movie. Going to go see that Social Network thing with, about Facebook, whatever it is. I've heard that's really good. So if it's not, I'm coming for you. What else? Nothing else. That's my life. Training, reading, catching the bus a lot. And I went and saw my brother on Thursday night. That was good. He's moving house. He's got a nice large house. Good job with that, by the way. So we're doing that. I helped him a little bit, not heap. So I can't really take much credit for that. But helped him move house a little bit, and then we played computer games, which was good. I haven't done that with him for ages. But what I want to do is do that with him when I get the new GoldenEye game. Holy crap, when did that happen? I had no idea, and then I was just flicking through a Big W catalogue and there was like GoldenEye for Wii, and I'm like, holy dooly. So I looked it up and it hasn't actually been released yet, but all of the initial reviews or previews of it say it should be really good, so I'll wait and see how that turns out. Might hire it, see how that is, and if it's as good as I'm expecting it to be, then I will be buying it post-haste. Just simply because I really like that I really love GoldenEye, and to play that again in a new way, in a fresh way, would be really fun. And I loved the multiplayer, and they've kind of revamped the multiplayer a little, kept some of the old stuff, built it out, made it able to play online as well, which is kind of cool. So it could be really good, so I'm really looking forward to that when that comes out, I think on the 3rd of November in Australia. So, saving my pennies for that. I have to shout out to Mel, whose birthday was a couple of weeks ago, whose party I went to after I made my first video. So happy birthday, Mel. Happy birthday to my brother, whose birthday it is on Monday. And my sister, whose birthday it is on Thursday. And hope you both have great days. I'll probably talk to you on those days instead of letting this video do that, because everyone's seeing this and therefore it's not as special, and I've just killed it completely flat. Anyway, okay, that's it. That's all I have. Thanks for watching. I hope I haven't been really boring, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.